Hi, everyone. Brandon Blair here. We've talked about gear in a number of our videos, and if you were to go back and watch all of them, you'd probably see everything we've used, but we want to do a succinct, specific gear video, things we thought we would need, but have since sent back or donated to hiker boxes or whatnot. But mainly we want to talk about features of things we have and why we chose those specific items for those specific features. Most of the gear mentioned in this video is available on our Amazon page, amazon.com/shop/13adventures, and you can see the food and the gear separate list there. I have here a ULA circuit pack. What I like about the pack is the material is very durable. It's the ripstop fabric, which I think is really cool. Features I love about the pack. It packs down quite small. It has these 2 hip belts built into it and these 2 side pockets. You can get different variants of that. You just got to find whatever pack works for you. I had a Gregory pack. I still have the Gregory pack, and I really love the Gregory pack, but it's meant to carry a much heavier load than this pack is. Like 30 pounds in this pack is probably pushing the limits of what you should be carrying it. But the other pack can carry 50 pounds, 60 pounds like that because it goes really tall. What I loved about the Gregory pack is all the compartments. And we've talked about this at plenty of times. Blair has an Osprey pack that she loves to carry. That's the same kind of setup. But you have a pocket for your socks and a pocket for your book and a pocket for pick a thing. Whereas this one, you have to empty everything out every day and repack it all every morning, which the features, you just got to find what works for you.
Same thing. It's got the roll top closure, which I like. And I wouldn't say it's 100% waterproof, but it's definitely water resistant. Yeah, so we each have a trash compactor bag inside of our bags just to prevent any sort of rain. But same thing. It's got huge side pockets and a front pocket. I added a bungee cord just to the gear strap. I also like that it has hip belt pockets, and then I added a water bottle holder here as well. So, yeah. But same reasons, it just packs on really small and super lightweight, like 3 or 4 pounds lighter than our Osprey or Gregory.
Yeah. This one's 3.5 pounds lighter than my Gregory pack that I started this hike that changed on day, like day 4.
3, 4, 5, yeah.
These bungee cords are really nice. Blair added that to hers, and she said that our camp shoes go right on the outside right there, really nice. So we see every type of pack you can imagine out there. What I'm going to recommend to all of you is if you go to Walmart, nobody's going to know how to fit you. Go to REI, somebody may know how to fit you and is likely to. Go to an outfitter store somewhere near the Appalachian Trail, someone's very likely to be able to fit you properly. Whatever the pack is, most places you go, specifically REI, they're going to put a sandbag in the pack that weighs 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever else like that, and you walk around with the pack on. I think the sandbag thing is great for the weight, but until you really pack your pack with the stuff you're going to carry, you don't know how the thing fits, because depending on what we put in this pack, we both had the issue where, our battery bank was sticking in our back, or the valve on your sleeping mat was sticking in your back through the pack kind of thing. We both had that issue, so it depends on how you pack your pack. Most importantly, when you get your pack that you think is going to be your pack and you put in 3 to 4 or 5 days of food in it and your sleeping system and your clothes and all the things like that, walk around with the pack for as long as possible. Walking around a neighborhood on flat surface, probably not ideal. Walking through the trails where you got to climb rocks and wiggle and do all the stuff to go up the trail and down the trail and do rock scrambles and all that stuff. How does the pack feel then? That's most important. And doing it for an hour, not enough. You got to do like 8 hours with the pack on your back to really know how the thing feels. My left shoulder gets really tight all the time. The hip belts where they wear can rub depending on the clothing you have. So all that kind of stuff is a big factor. This is our second Big Agnes tent.
Yep.
We have a 2-person copper spur and the 3-person
Tiger Wall UL 3.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
I love them both. The material is very similar in both. It's just one's kind of orange, one's yellow.
What's heavier, my stuff or your stuff?
Probably your stuff.
Dang, you're making me carry the heavier pack?
You chose what you was going to carry?
Oh, I did. They're about equal.
They're pretty similar. I think you have more stakes, so that makes it heavier.
Yeah.
I carry the rainfly and the tent itself.
And then I carry the poles, the ground sheet, and all of our stakes. So we break up the tent.
You don't need the ground sheet.
Nope.
Absolutely do not need it. The stuff's pretty durable, but
I would recommend that you have a ground sheet.
That's what I was going
You
to say.
just don't need to purchase the actual ground sheet that comes with it. So a lot of people do Tyvek or a polycryo ground sheet.
Or even
or a tarp.
a tarp.
Yeah, we like the room of the 3-person tent with the 2 of us because we can put all our gear inside of the tent on a rainy day, and it doesn't have to be in the vestibules, and we still have enough room to sleep. So.
Our 2-person tent we've used on rainy days. We did have Piper with us too.
Mm-hmm.
We probably could have put all of our crap in there together, but it would have been tight. Yeah. And this tent is ounces, just a couple ounces more than the 2-person tent. So not that big a deal to carry. It packs down pretty nice, very durable, and it dries quickly in the sun.
I agree. We currently have sit pads now because the weather has warmed up a bit. We both started with the accordion Z-Lite sleeping pads as well. And then we each have now a Thermarest Z-Lite sleeping pad. Mine's the women's version, so it's a little shorter, but also the higher R value.
I got this on sale. It was 40% off at some outfitter we happened to be in Hiawassee, Georgia. Yep. So I got this. It's the same blow-up mat. I just got mine rolled up in the bag. The reason I got this, I'm a side sleeper. And sleeping on this type of pad, which is comfortable for back and stomach, and it acts as a foam roller because your legs push against the ground. My hip digs into the side of it when I try to lay on my side, and it's not that comfortable. Both of these things together, if you use the big sleep pad in one of these, man, you got some significant air pocket warms carried.
Pillow is a Nemo pillow. It blows up. It also has like a cushion up here. It's extra. I don't need it. I'm sure some people think it's ridiculous, but I sleep well with it, and sleep is key. So I will use it until I don't want to use it anymore.
Blair loves her pillow.
I love my pillow. I've considered just using a stuff sack with extra clothes in it to sleep on, but haven't gotten there yet. So maybe one day.
I have this climate pillow, which is gigantic. I only need this much of it, but it blows up thick, which I really like, and it's comfortable. Blair found this for me somewhere a while back. I probably have 7 pillows. They all blow up, and like she said, you can stuff clothes in a stuff stack to make it thicker. So I have whatever other blow-up pillow I have, you could hold it in your hand and close your fists around it. They're that small when they're collapsed. But this thing is very comfortable, and I can lay on my side where my head doesn't lay completely sideways. And it fits inside the hood of my sleeping bag.
I have a custom-made sleeping bag that's not going to be found anywhere in the public because it was made by a friend of mine's dad. It's 800 fill. Temperature rating is like anywhere from like 0 to 15 degrees, depending on what rating scale you use. And custom-made, so it snaps all the way around. So it can actually just be a quilt itself, but it also has a snap-on removable hood for the wintertime, which I will send home for the summer. And the back, like Brad said, my sleeping pad actually slides into the back side, so you don't roll off of it. And it's kind of like an envelope system. So the sleeping pad just slides right in. It's also got a sewn-in pillow box here as well. If I chose to just stuff this with clothes or whatnot, it would hold on to it too. And no zippers, but it's got some cords here to tighten around your neck as well as your head. It's awesome. It's warm. I love it. It was the best present.
Yes.
And made out of love. So it's worked out well.
It's excellent. And it's so thick and it looks so warm.
Yeah, it's warm.
So I don't have my sleeping bag in it now. We just mailed it back today. I had an REI bag that goes down to 25 degrees, and 25 is pushing it. Like really 35 and above is really where it needed to be. I have now my Bobcat blanket from Kamek. We both have one of these. This is our summer blanket, summer sleep system, because it can fold and hook itself together and make a
quilt. It's a quilt.
It's a quilt, but it's turned into a bag. This one's rated to 45 degrees, which is nice. I tend to melt at night. I'm just so hot inside a sleeping bag. One thing I want to talk about sleeping bag systems. When it's cold, I don't sleep with clothes on inside my sleeping bag, typically, unless it's just far cold. But I do like to keep my clothes in my sleeping bag to keep them warm. So when I unzip in the morning, I can put them on warm. So my sleeping bag is an extra long sleeping bag. I'm 5'9", but I had like 10 inches of extra room in there. Mm-hmm. So all of my clothes at night would go down to the bottom of my feet, keeping my feet warm and keeping the clothes not frozen when I was putting them on during the morning.
And in cold nights, we'll also put our puffy coat down at the foot of our sleeping bag as well, which helps keep your feet warm. And then you just got a new liner for your bag.
If it's really cold, I like to cover it with this right here.
Oh, yeah.
And it feels so good.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps me warm.
It adds an extra layer for sure.
Yeah, today I just got this silk. It's a silk liner, like it says comfort stretch panels, but it's a square silk liner. These things aren't cheap. They're like $120 for this stupid thing, but it's made of silk. This is going to be my summertime sleeping system. I can either put myself in it and then put myself in my Bobcat blanket, or just put myself in this, or just cover up with this because there's a little wind blowing, keeps it a little chill. But this is a very nice addition, and I'm really excited to try it out. Thanks to Blair for letting me buy this today.
And I have a Sea to Summit thermalite reactor, which adds like 25 degrees, I believe. It's currently being washed.
Oh.
So I use that in the wintertime as well.
Bunch of her stuff is washed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing she's got. Blair's all cozy. Her little beanie on, her Sea to Summit thing inside that sleeping bag with her pillow. She looks like this cocoon of comfort.
It's nice. Got me through the winter. So we have quite different rain gear. I opted for rain pants and a rain jacket with an umbrella. I just have standard REI rain pants. They unzip all the way up to the hips, so you can put them on and off with whatever clothes or shoes you have on, which is great. They do great keeping the rain out. They do not do well when you're hot and you're sweaty, so I tend to sweat these out more so than they actually get rained out.
They're not Gore-Tex.
They're not Gore-Tex. And then I just have a standard North Face rain jacket that has pockets and fit zips. Which is great.
Gore-Tex?
No, it's also not Gore-Tex. Oh. That I got on sale. And I opted for an umbrella as well. This is a Gossamer Gear umbrella. It weighs almost nothing. Not great for wind or rhododendron bushes, but great for morale. And then I also have Gore-Tex rain mitts that just Velcro on and cover either my hands or my mittens or my gloves. And then this is a duck pack rain cover that I used with my Osprey pack. I sent it home initially, but after some torrential downpours on trail and having to like wipe down my bag because it was drenched, I just got it back. So I'll probably use this in the rain as well, just to cover my pack. And that's it for my rain gear.
Much of our gear, probably 80% of our gear, has been found over many years on sale. Mm-hmm. Like at the end of a season sale, or the at REI, the garage sale in the back, or returned items or things like that, or we just happen to be at an outlet.
Yeah.
But I have these pants made by Cool, Kuhl. So these Cool pants on sale, just happen to find my size. They are Gore-Tex, they are rain pants, and they are wonderful. They don't sweat through them. They keep the rain out. I like them very, very much. The one thing I don't like about them compared to Blair's is with the shoes that we're wearing, I can get them on and off with the zipper, but it only comes up 10 inches or 12 inches. Hers goes all the way up the leg, so hers are much easier to get on and off with shoes. These are okay, but not great with the shoes we wear. And I have the REI Gore-Tex rain jacket. If you ever get a rain hood or have a hood in general and it doesn't have this little drawstring in the back to tighten around your head, please rethink it, because this is to me, it's a must. It makes it very comfortable, because otherwise your hood's all in your face flapping around all the time. Not ideal. But my very cheap, less than $5 poncho. This poncho unzips and it's for a backpack poncho. It has arms. I don't use them. It's very rain resistant, but it becomes a sauna inside this thing because it's plastic, just a straight plastic sheet, very durable. But I do like it, and I keep it in my backpack because this is rapidly deployable should I need to in the rain. We can just pull this thing out, I can throw it over me and keep rolling, whereas Blair has to stop, take all her crap off, put all the rain gear on, and keep going. So I like the poncho. She's considering getting one.
So I use trekking poles. These are the Black Diamond Trail Ergo Flick Lock with cork handles. I love them. I would be sad if I didn't have them. Brad does not use trekking poles.
I don't like having things in my hand. For my other reason, but I just don't like carrying trekking poles. I don't think they're not necessary to me. I have no problems going up and down hills.
These are our camp shoes. They're just the waterproof kind of plasticky Birkenstocks.
Which we found on sale.
On sale, yep. They're easy to put on. They don't absorb water. We each have Zero sandals, the XERO sandals that we almost brought with us, but those get wet and your foot kind of slides around. You've got the strap to put on the back. These are a lot easier. So nice little camp shoes, and they're comfortable. They have some support. And then we each have Ultra trail runners as well. These are the Olympus 4s, and they're great because they have a wide toe box, so your toes can kind of spread out. They're zero drop, so you've got to adjust to them and kind of get used to them before you actually hike with them.
On the Birkenstocks, real quick, I don't like normal Birkenstock shoes because they're too narrow for my foot and they kind of squish it in. But for these things, there's myriad reasons I like them, but the toe kind of comes up with the Zero shoes that she's talking about. I love those. I wear them all the time. I have tan lines on my feet from wearing them. But these have a little lip, so sticks and things, leaves like that don't go in here as much as they do on those others. And when it's wet, my foot doesn't slide around here. But Crocs, which are fine, but these are a much better town shoe. So we wear these in town instead of our other shoes, and I wear them all the time. I told Blair when we got these, I'm like, I don't know that you're ever going to see me wear real shoes again. I'm going to be in these all the time. They're that comfortable.
I love my Birkenstocks outside of trail as well. So.
Yeah. I also had the Olympus 4, the zero drop shoe. It didn't dawn on me that it was a zero drop shoe till we talked to a guy who got some the other day, and he was talking about the adjustment to the zero drop. All of my shoes are zero drop. I've been wearing minimal shoes for a long, many years, but I'd highly recommend you get trail running shoes to hike the trail with. It's wide. Blair called them clown shoes the first time she saw them because they are giant shoes, but they're really wide. The soles are really thick. They're just a big shoe, but it allows your toes to spread out. So the blisters that I have had have been nowhere near what I had wearing boots in the past.
Yep.
So I'm a big fan of these trail running shoes. Choose your own adventure.
We each also wear a pair of gaiters to prevent any sort of sticks and dirt and rocks.
This is the first time I've ever used them was on this trail. And day one, I told Blair, I'm like, I don't know why I haven't been wearing these things all the time.
Yeah, they're nice.
It keeps all the crap out of your socks and shoes.
And then for socks, I wear Injinji liner toe socks with a pair of Darn Toughs over top of them.
I just wear the Darn Toughs. I have 3 pair of them. Smart Wool socks. I have worn them for many years. I'm a big fan of Smart Wool, but I like the thicker Darn Tough socks for this hike better for some reason. So I still have plenty of Smart Wool back at the home, back in the Airstream, but Darn Toughs are mine.
For cook system, we use 1 pot and 1 stove, which I carry. I'm beginning to think my pack is heavier than yours for a reason.
It's because of all your winter gear.
No, it's because I carry heavier things. No, I'm just kidding. So I just have a Tokes Titanium 750 milliliter pot. Holds plenty of water, at least 16 ounces. You can boil in this, if not more. And then I have an MSR Pocket Rocket 2 as our stove. Works great. Haven't had any issues with that. A lighter, a can of fuel wrapped in a bandana, my tiger rag. So we only use this to boil water. We don't cook in it, so I never really have to clean it, which is great. And then Brad carries the extra can of fuel when this one's low. So this one's almost out. So we just picked up another can of fuel.
Water systems, we both have a 2-liter bladder. These Katadyn, is that the name of it?
Katadyn B-Free.
Katadyn, Katadyn, Katadyn B-Free. I love filtering water in these because they're so quick. You just, and it filters the water. We both had Sawyer Squeeze on multiple occasions. We've used them for years. Really like them too. They're kind of slow filtering the water, but they do an exceptional job of filtering. And that's what I had on the trail to start with. But mine froze one night, which makes it no longer usable.
Yep.
So I got one of these. So now we both have a Katadyn B-Free,
yep,
along with our 2-liter bladder. And we drink out of a smart water bottle.
We each have a chest strap for our water bottle. But this straw was given to me. It's like something from Lowe's or Home Depot, just like tubing. That was given to me by another girl on trail.
North Star.
And you can cut it down to size and it just fits right here. And then I just use my straw to drink and I don't have to worry about like taking my water bottle out and putting it back in. And I drink a lot more water that way. So.
Yeah. I take mine in and out. Mm-hmm. Blair likes those caps where she can drink out of the cap that flips up. I'm not a fan of that, so I just unscrew mine and drink and carry on about life.
Yeah. And we just use standard Sea to Summit dry bags for our food bags. So Brad has one, I have one. If we're low on food, we'll just use one bag.
We don't have the Bear canister, or whatever they're called.
Because they're not required yet, and they're heavy.
They're very heavy. I didn't realize how heavy they were until I picked one up, the smallest one that day. That thing's like 2 pounds, just empty. I had no idea.
Yep. It is easier because you just like store it away from camp. You don't have to like throw a line, hang your food, but it's awful heavy. And then you have to like make sure it fits in your pack a certain way. All right, so I'll go through all my like ditty bag extra stuff, and then I'll let Brad go through his stuff. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. I have a couple of different Ziploc bags that just kind of go on top of my pack. And when I pack it down, this one is my toiletry bag. So toothbrush, toothpaste, some bag balm. I have some prescription medication like for like doxycycline in case we were to get bit by a tick. And we're out in the backcountry. Some Zofran for nausea and Imodium for diarrhea. An extra sport cap for my water bottle, hair ties, a tiny little brush, some hand warmers, and some eye drops. This is my first aid kit and gear repair kit. So I just have a small first aid kit with an emergency blanket and some aqua tabs in case our filters fail, some matches as fire starters and an extra lighter, some earplugs, which are great when you have loud people in shelters, and then I carry our tweezers and nail clippers as well. There's a cork ball in here to roll out our feet, some KT tape, some Luco tape, some gear tape in case our tent was to rip, and a bug net for the buggy days in the summer, which thankfully we are not to yet. I carry a wallet as well. It's by Chicken Tramper Ultralight Gear. It's supposed to be waterproof.
It's a cool wallet.
It's a great wallet for town. And then this is my tech bag. I have an Anchor. I think it's a 20,000 milliamp charging block. I've probably gotten like 5 to 7 phone chargers out of this, so it's great. And then I have just 3 cables, one for our Garmin InReach, one to charge the block itself, and one for my phone. And then this is an Anchor PowerPort 3-port 65 watt pod. It's got 2 USB-C charging ports as well as a USB, and it's got the IQ on here where you can charge like multiple devices, and it kind of knows the power for those. I also carry our AT guidebook, which is a mile by mile, basically, book about the trail, and it kind of helps you reroute all of your hiking and planning. A couple pens and pencils and cards from home.
It's fantastic. The book is absolutely the most detailed. Like you see the ridgeline, you see every mile, like everything, every water point, every road crossing, every shelter tent site, except for all the stealth sites.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. And there's an app.
They also have an app, which I also have on my phone, but I like to kind of have things written down, so it works well for me. And we also use the app called Far Out. So that's great too. It's very similar to like this book and the app that this book is, but this is my toiletry kit. The poop kit. So shovel, toilet paper, baby wipes, hand sanitizer. I have my whistle in there in case I was to, get separated. And then I carry a fanny pack on trail. Brad has one that he carries in town. This is by Light AF. And the feature on this one that I love is that the clip is actually on the side of your hip, away from the back, so your pack doesn't rub up against it. It's supposed to be waterproof, but it does get wetted out and it does leak. So just be mindful of that. I figured that out the hard way.
So this giant bag of fun right here is my shirt element. So LMNT is an electrolyte drink mix. It comes in a variety of flavors: citrus salt, orange salt, raspberry salt, watermelon salt. For the summertime, very soon, it's going to be grapefruit, which is a special edition limited time offer thing for summer. And in the wintertime, they have special edition limited time different chocolates. This is what keeps us hydrated and our electrolytes replenished. I'm a ketogenic eater. Blair is not. So I maintain a mostly ketogenic diet. Therefore, I have to replenish my electrolytes on a much higher level than most folks do. It's fantastic. We just got a new shipment in. We just want to have a giant bottle. If you see us on the trail, I'm the salt dealer. Please ask for some. I'll gladly give you some and check it out for yourself. Yep. I have a collapsible cup here that I use for, like, I make coffee in the morning sometimes, and I just use my little cup, which is really cool. Blair has one too, but she didn't bring it.
Nope.
She has the little cork ball. I have this one from Trigger Point, which it works great as two, but you can separate it like that and then roll up and down your back. It feels great. But it's good on, it's hard to do this two on your foot, whereas her ball is much easier on your foot. But it works great like a foam roller for your legs. I have my poop kit. Mine's taken apart right now because I got to get some new baby wipes. Dude powder, along with dude wipes, dude butt wipes, and dude shower wipes, and dude powder. All great. I like the powder for the area. All feels good. I have a similar but older Anchor charging block like Blair has. Really nice. I carry my Amazon Kindle book to read on. I think I've already read. We're at mile, it's very soon to be mile 500, and I probably read 6 books already. I have the same wallet, but I don't really use it because I just carry my stuff in my fanny pack only. Cables. Her charging block that plugs into the wall is much better than my charging block, which plugs in the wall because it has more ports, and it's a very much stronger one than this one is. But that works. And my cool Patagonia fanny pack here works great. Like she said, mine buckles in the back right here, so if I wore this on trail, my pack would sit against it. Not ideal. So if you plan to carry a fanny pack, and I see quite a few people who have them. Mm-hmm. Because they just like having things available. So in my 2 hip pockets, I carry snacks that I want to eat during the day on one side, and I carry my headphones and I don't even know, like just stuff I barely use on the other side. My first aid kit's very similar to Blair's. Just an ace bandage, a bug net, all the medicine, blister kits, and a space blanket for heat. And I do have a tourniquet. And it's really hard for me to carry that little bit of first aid kit because as a Marine in the field all the time and dealing with combat injuries, I had to deal with like some significant first aid. So I'm so used to having all that first aid kit with me. And I really miss having it because when you need it and you don't have it in your middle of nowhere, it sucks. But this will work, and I can use other forms of bandages should we need them. Blair is currently wearing her puppy coat from...
I have a Mountain Hardware Ghost Whisper 2 ultralight. I think this is the first or second year they came out with like this variant of it. It's 1,000 fill. It's great. It is not synthetic. It is down, so it can't get wet. So This damp environment, it's probably lost some of its puff. It's probably not as puffy as when I got it. I had a bit of a spark go onto my jacket from a fire the other day. So I put some KT tape there because I didn't have any gear tape. Love it. Keeps me warm. I would 100% recommend. It is pricey. It has the hood. But I got it on sale like 40 or 50% off at the end of the season. So it was worth it for me. Because I had a Patagonia Nano Puff with a hood and one without the hood.
You still have?
I still do. I just didn't bring it with me. But this was much warmer. So
I just got my standard. I've got an outdoor research puffy coat, and I have this REI one that, again, I found on sale one time. Puffy coat. Mine's not near as puffy coat as hers is. But I see people out here when it's cold with no puffy coat. I was like, where is your puffy coat? Because these stretch down in your bag really nice. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have a puffy coat, invest in a puffy coat. They're ridiculous what they cost. But man, they're so warm.
They're warm.
And they pack nicely, very nicely inside the pack.
Yep.
Other clothes that we have, we're washing them right now. So I have on my summer, what I call summer leggings right now, mostly for sun and just a little bit of wind chill. But I have Smart Wool 250 weight leggings like this. I have a Smart Wool shirt, long sleeve shirt, 250 weight. I have a Smart Wool 100 weight shirt that I love. I have a Smart Wool very thin cap. I have a very thick outdoor research winter cap. Mm-hmm. And I have a set of gloves. One feature of gloves you may want to consider is, does it work with your smartphone screen, like the touch with the glove that you have on? Because that's very handy when you have the gloves on. And I don't have the rain mittens like Blair does, but they're pretty cool what she has. I also have my Marine Corps hat. This hat is now 22 years old and has been around the world with me through many, many deployments and all kinds of fun things. But it keeps the sun off my head and ears. I have my trail towel. Blair has a trail towel. She uses hers much more. She also has a trail snot rack. I have my town hat, which is just a REI hat I found on sale that can fold down nicely and fit in your pocket. I have a sun shirt. These are just Under Armour shorts. There's a pair of outdoor research shorts that I really like, but find some shorts that your legs don't rub together. However you like to wear your shorts. We record everything on either Blair's iPhone or my iPhone or this GoPro. GoPro's, I keep it right here on my chest all the time. Should a bear walk across the trail and I'm like, bear or cougar or whatever. I can rapidly deploy the camera and I don't have to find my phone.